Hi friends, welcome back to yet another reset. This time we are preparing for the month of June. June is my birthday month, so it's an extremely exciting month for me. If you're new here, welcome. A reset is a time frame where we just take to ourselves to take a look back at the previous month, look forward to the upcoming month to ensure that we're using the time that we have well. You know, on this channel, I try to promote intentionality because the time here is really short, and I think it's very important to make use of the little time that we do have to ensure that we are spending it where it is well deserved. Time with our family, time growing in the Lord, and just pursuing goals and passions that mean a lot to you. So I like to take this time to look back on the previous month, what worked, what did not work. I look forward to the upcoming month, what are the goals that I want to achieve and how is it that I'm going to achieve them. I also like to take this time out to go through our finances, look at the budget of the previous month, where we may have overspent or what we can do better in, and look forward to the upcoming month, what we should be spending money on, what we can hold back in, etc. And then I also like to share with you guys some of the things that I use in the month of May that I absolutely love. Grab your favorite drink, grab some water, have some time to yourself. Let's do these questions together. Really use this time to get prepared for an upcoming month so that we are the best moms that we can be. So first of all, let's start with a high and a low. Tell me, what was one of the things that really worked well for you in the month of May? For me, I suddenly decided that I needed a break off Instagram. I was talking to my husband with something that I was processing, and he said to me, you could probably be feeling that way because a lot of the people that you follow on Instagram think that way. So maybe you need some time off to figure out, if those are really your thoughts or if it's just because you have been ingesting it so much through social media. So randomly one night, I just decided, I'm not going to use social media for the month of May. So I deleted Instagram, I deleted Facebook, I deleted YouTube off my phone, and I spent the entire month of May without using any of them. YouTube I used occasionally, but I was sure to stay away from the type of videos that I know that I needed a break from. And it was definitely a high. It was wonderful. So much so now I'm thinking, okay, do I really want to go back to Facebook and Instagram? I mean, I missed some of the people that I follow that are truly an inspiration to me where motherhood and faith is concerned. But it made me realize that I spend a lot of time, too much time scrolling Facebook and Instagram. And it was just a breath of fresh air to not have these apps, and I feel like I gained back so much time. So that was definitely a high, and it's definitely something that I am going to try to see how I can reincorporate it into my life, but not to the degree that it was before. So that was a high. A low for the month of May was that we got sick quite a bit throughout the month of May. I got sick a few times. Even my husband got sick, which almost never happens. And the kids caught the bug quite a few times, so much so one of them even had an ear infection. So, if you're a mom, if your kids are sick, then you're sick. So I spent a lot of time reflecting, am I doing something wrong? Should I be doing multivitamin shots, or should I be looking into immunity boosters? And I just felt down because they were sick. I honestly believe that it's just a bug going around because I work in the ER and I treated quite a few people and young kids with more or less the same symptoms. So I think it's just a bug going around. But at one point in time, I was really worried for my kids and just feeling down on myself that maybe I wasn't doing enough to support their health. So that was a low for the month of May. Moving on, let's talk about the goals that I set for myself in the month of May and how well I did. For my goals, I use my goal planner, my Cultivate What Matters goal planner. And I set goals at the beginning of every month. Well, actually, I set goals at the beginning of every year, and then throughout the month, I try to break them down into things I need to be doing monthly, weekly, and daily to help achieve those goals. May was pretty good, if I do say so myself. So for the month of May, I really wanted to work on having a screen-free Sunday, which, like I just said, I suddenly decided to stay off all of my social media platforms for the month of May, so I didn't have to worry about a screen-free Sunday. So I feel like I did pretty well on that. I didn't do pretty well meal planning every week. I probably did it just twice, and it reflected. I feel like every time I neglect meal planning, the week feels a bit chaotic because I'm wondering, when am I going to cook, when am I going to cook it? So I definitely need to work on that next month. I planned weekly every Sunday, which works out very well. Ibrahim and I did not meet often this month for some strange reason. I think it's because of his new job, he's not out as much, so we have a lot more time where we speak and we discuss a lot more. But I still feel like there are certain topics that just don't come up every day that I would prefer if we had our meeting weekly and are able to talk about those things. So we need to work on that. I also wanted to work out 2 to 3 times a week, which worked out pretty well actually. So for the first 2 weeks, I did not do any workout at all. I was just feeling lazy. I just wasn't feeling up to it. But then in the back of my mind, I kept remembering that I said in a previous reset that I was gonna start working out in May. Oh, what didn't work? I didn't go to the gym, guys. I'm just going to put it off for the month of April.
You're not going to
April,
be...
not April, May. So we'll start fresh in the last 6 months of the year. So I was very motivated to work out because if I say I'm gonna do something, especially if I broadcast it on the internet, I want to make sure that I did it. So I started working out towards the middle of May. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do was go to gym, but gym is about 10 minutes away and then it's another 10 minutes back home. So it really felt like an inconvenience having to allot for an extra 30 minutes plus the time it takes to work out. So I decided instead of going back to gym, I was going to do home workout. In terms of my daily action items, the habits that I was trying to build every single day, I did really well with reading my Bible and praying every day. According to this, I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times for the entire month, which is really good. Like, I feel like sometimes you're good at something, sometimes you're not, but apparently I was really good at reading my Bible, which is great. Reading to the girls was also something that I was really good at. We've been doing Bible stories at night, and so far, like, we cannot put them down to bed without reading a story. They go crazy. So it's part of our routine now. So reading a story to the girls at night always happens. And then throughout the day, we try to sprinkle it in as well. So I did really well with that. I also had a goal to read 2 chapters every day, which I've also been doing very well with. I missed out on 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 days. I didn't read, probably the days that I felt sick. But something else that helped is Ibrahim has been reading me books. We read Deception Point. Now we're on to Digital Fortress. So I count that as reading a chapter, even if I didn't physically read a book. But that has been going really well. The 2 things that I have been struggling with this month is dinner together. So when Ibrahim and I studied in Cuba, we were part of a Cuban family that we love to this day, that we still communicate with. But one of the things that they did every single night was eat dinner together. So the mom would cook, they would put all the food out on the table, and every single night they had dinner sitting at the table. The TV was off, and we joined them multiple times a week for dinner, and it was just good conversation. It was just lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's something that really stuck with me that I really wanted to do with my family when I had one, which was to eat dinner every single night at the table, talking, conversing, laughing. But for some reason, it's just not been happening for the month of May. So I really need to brainstorm what is causing it not to happen and try to figure out how I can solve that problem. We only ate dinner together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the entire month, which is just crazy. Not acceptable. So I need to work on that. And then the other thing I struggled a lot with was praying with Ibrahim. So that's a goal that we have, to pray together every single night or every single day, whenever it is. But for some reason, it just didn't happen a lot this month. So that's definitely something that we need to discuss in terms of why it's not happening, what's preventing it from happening, and what we can do better in the upcoming months to ensure that we are spending some time praying together for each other, for our family, and for all of the other things that we need to, unite and pray for. So that is how my goals for the month of May went. Let's talk about things that I want to do monthly for the month of June. For one, I definitely want to have a date night with Ibrahim. I want to do one family outing. I also need to plan the content that I want to put out for the month of June. I like to take the time to sit down and just figure out what videos that I'm going to create for the month of June. That really helps because I know when the videos need to be published, and then it helps to know when I need to film them and when I need to edit. And this month I am actually trying to make it a goal to publish 2 videos a week, so look out for that. Please subscribe if you're new and you're interested in seeing what those videos will be. And then I also want to invite someone over. So weekly goals, so those are things that I want to ensure that I'm doing every week. Meal plan, I want to meal plan every week. I also want to sit down every night and plan my week. I also need to work on meeting with Ibrahim as well. And I need to work on studying medicine 2 to 3 times for the week. And then I'm going to now shift. So last month I had workout 2 to 3 times a week. I'm going to shift that down to something that I want to do daily. And since doing dinner every day is just not working out, instead of feeling frustrated with not being able to do it every day, I'm going to shift it to a weekly goal of doing it 2 to 3 times a week. And then once we have doing it down 2 to 3 times a week, then I can shift it back down to trying to do it daily. So those are the weekly goals that I have. Let's talk about the daily habits that I want to form. So things that I will be trying to do every single day. A lot of them are repetitive from previous months. So daily Bible reading is something that will always be a goal of mine. I also want to read to the girls. That will always be a goal of mine as well. I need to put back praying with Ibrahim here. Reading 2 chapters every single day. And lately I have been doing a lot of fiction books, which has been kind of fun. A nice break from the non-fiction books that I tend to do. And then something else I want to do every day is workout. Also, something I want to include for the month of May, my husband challenged me to not drink any sugary drinks, which is a weakness of mine. I like juice, I like soda. They're not good for you, but I struggle with drinking too much of them. And he challenged me not to do that for the month of May, which I did not. I think I cheated twice. I think I cheated on Mother's Day, and then there was another day. It was a really long day at work. I had my period. I was just feeling miserable, so I was like, I need something to drink. So I think I cheated twice. But one of the things I learned was that I reached for a drink when I was thirsty. So instead of reaching for a drink, I needed to just drink for water. And if I had like really cold water, then the desire for a sugary drink went away. And I feel like I would not have learned that if I didn't, do the challenge. So it had me thinking that maybe I should do like a monthly challenge. Like every month I should challenge myself to do something that is going to help me health-wise. And the challenge that I have for the month of June is to not eat rice, which is hard. I'm from the Caribbean. Rice is like a staple. You eat rice almost every day for lunch or for dinner. And I don't like brown rice, so I tend to eat white rice, which is not exactly the most. It's not unhealthy, but there are definitely more healthier options. So I think for the month of June, I'm going to challenge myself to not eat rice the entire month. I don't know how that will work out, but I guess I will give you a report when we do our July reset. So monthly challenge, no rice. All right, so next I found some really cool things that I wanted to share with you guys, things that I really enjoyed for the month of May. So let's begin with this simply modern cup. It looks very much like the Stanley, but it's not the Stanley cup. This was actually a purchase I made one of those nights. It was not in May, it was in April. It was a very full of guilt purchase that I probably should not have made, but I am so glad I did, because I have been thoroughly enjoying this cup. So it's stainless steel, it keeps the water cold, it leaks through the straw. So like if it turns over, it does not, but if I completely turn it over, it will definitely leak through the straw. But it holds 40 ounces of water, it keeps it cold. And what I have enjoyed best about it is the fact that I can carry it and the fact that I can sip it. So what I do is in the morning, I wake up, I fill it up with water, and I just leave it around the house. So whenever I see it, I pass by, I see it, I just sip some water, and I feel like it really helps me increase my water intake. It's easier than a bottle, and I have really enjoyed it. So I would recommend, if you are in the market for, again, if you're not looking for something like this, don't let me be the one to let you spend money. But if you are looking for a water bottle, then I would definitely recommend this. It's cute, it's functional, and I love it. The other item I wanted to share with you is something for kids. This is called the Big Book of Bugs, which has been really nice. It has little tidbits of information. So we have, for example, this page talks about butterflies, and then there are a few tidbits of information about butterflies. It has about moths. It has about a lot of different insects. So termites, flies, dragonflies, crickets and grasshoppers, centipedes. And usually what I do is, if we come across an animal, which we come across insects quite a bit, so like if we see a spider around the house, or if we're out and we see an earthworm, I'll probably pull up this book and just read a few facts about it. My kids love animals, they love bugs, unfortunately for me. So I'm just trying to, cultivate an interest. So I want them to love learning. And I think one of the ways you do that is by just honing in on their interest. If they're interested in something, then, you help them to be curious, you help them to learn about it. And I feel like this book is really good for that. It's not one of those books that's full of information that's over their head. I feel like it's very simple and it's very interactive as well. So for example, praying mantis, it says, can you find 2 praying mantis eating dinner? And then on the lower bottom of the page, it's a praying mantis eating an ant or something like that. So I really like this book. There are 6 of them in the series. I think one of them is the Big Blue book, which is about sea creatures. That's next on my list. But if you're looking for something for a child who likes bugs or something that's sciencey, then I would definitely recommend this book. And then my next favorite is something that I have been on the hunt for years, and I'm not exaggerating. I have been looking for a strapless bra for like years, and every time I get one, I'm always disappointed. But that's why I'm very thankful for influencers. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I really appreciate when somebody shares something that they found and they like and it's good and it works for them, because it helps me sort through the maze of the online world with so many things, and it just helps me, find something that works. So I follow an influencer who shared one of her favorite strapless bras. It was from Nordstrom, and I got one, and let me tell you, I love this thing so much. So the strapless bras that I have gotten in the past, they usually slip down, they fall down, or they don't hold the girls as tight as they should, or they're easily seen. This is not the case, and I have tried quite a few looking for a good strapless bra, and I've really been impressed with this thing. It's Felina, and it was on Nordstrom. I bought it on sale, of course. So if you are looking for a good strapless bra, then I would definitely recommend you check these out. They are good. They are good. All right. So another one of my favorites is a book called Handsfree Mama. It says, a guide to putting down the phone, burning the to-do list, and letting go of perfection to grasp what really matters. Now, coincidentally, I started reading this book not too long before I decided to stay off social media for a bit. And this was like just what I needed. Like, it was motivation for me to really put the phone down, to reevaluate how much I pick up my phone, how much I'm on my phone, and evaluate how much time that I'm really spending with my kids, and if I'm really taking into consideration what's really important, which is family. And I really enjoyed this book, and it has helped me realize that I need to spend less time worrying about dirty clothes and dirty dishes in the sink and all of those things, and to focus on spending time with family, which at the end of the day is what really matters. I'm not saying that, you live in a dirty house or anything like that, but sometimes we do put off spending time with the kids, spending time with hubby, because we're focused on making sure the house is clean, or we just spend too much time scrolling on the phone. And this was just really an encouragement for me. So for the month of June, I am really going to be looking into how I can balance still being on Instagram, still enjoying some YouTube videos, but not letting it take too much of my time. So that's it for the May reset. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found some inspiration. I hope I didn't bully you too much into buying something that you don't need, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.